It's Electric Focus, and I've just been on a 1,000 mile round trip down to the Goodwood Festival of Speed in Chichester from Scotland, and I've done a couple of videos on that. Please check them out. So the journey down and the journey back up, and how I got on with the charging infrastructure and also the efficiency of the Jaguar I-PACE. And today we're going to look at what the costs were for that journey, the breakdown of each journey, and also the total costs and the pence per mile. So let's get into the video. So 1,000 mile round trip, how much did it cost me for the journey? Well, let's have a look at the figures. Right, so the way I've calculated this is I've looked at the first charge, which was done at home, where I charged up to 95%. And the total cost of that at 7.5 pence per kilowatt hour was £6.04. So much cheaper, as you can see, than any leg of the rest of the journey, because I was charging at much higher rates. But as you can see, some of the rates were cheaper because I used my Octopus Universe card. And interestingly, actually, if you look at the Ionity cost, I don't think that's right, but but I say it's not right. That's what they charged me, but it seems to be a much bigger discount than I should be getting, because the discount's 8%. I did check it and recheck it and check the current price for Ionity, and it definitely says 74 pence per kilowatt hour. So I seem to have got a really good rate of 61 pence per kilowatt hour. The MFG rate and Shell Recharge, yeah, they both calculate as an 8% saving. So you can see I've got better rates on those because I was using the Octopus Universe card. So that was good. And you can see that the most expensive part of the journey was the leg that I did for MFG Wigan, and that was because I charged right up to 80% on that part, and it was at a pretty high cost anyway, and they're all pretty high cost, let's face it. It's certainly not cheap at the moment to charge on the go. So the total miles, now the way I've worked out total miles is I've taken the full trip, but I've also added in the remaining miles that I had left when I got home, to give a total of 1,038 miles and a total cost of £245.66. So that includes the start of the journey, the charge I did at home, and also all the costs I incurred for the rest of the journey. So that equates to 24 pence a mile. So £246.24 per mile. So pretty expensive out there to charge at the moment, even if you do get some discounts, but you may have special discounts on the car you've bought. So varies for everybody. You need to look at your own personal circumstances. I'm just giving you the example of what I've paid for that trip. And for me personally, I do most of my charging at home, and it's actually quite interesting to compare that trip to my cost at home, because if you look, and I'll put it up on the screen now, if you look at the last year of my total costs for charging at home, you'll see it's actually slightly cheaper than that whole journey. So £240 when I spent £245 on that whole journey, and that's on just over 3,000 kilowatt hours. And if you take, say, an average of 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour for my car, certainly the Jaguar I-PACE, it could be more for other cars, but if you take it that sort of average, then you're talking about just over 8,000 miles that equates to. So I've got 8,000 miles from charging at home, but only 1,000 miles from charging on the go for a similar figure. So that shows you the benefits of charging at home. So I hope that was useful. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.